And welcome to the Legally Invested Show. Super excited about today's topic, but before we dive in, I just want to recap the big why of why we're here. The big why on this show and the question we're going to be answering is how can any entrepreneur, content creator, or business, big or small, use intellectual property and the law to stay protected and profitable, to invest in themselves, and to create wealth in our new digital age? On this show, we're also going to reveal the success secrets of thriving business owners who've harnessed the power of intellectual property, digital assets, and content to create the life of their dreams. My name is Francesca Witzberg. I'm the trademark attorney on Instagram, and welcome to Legally Invested. So today's topic is AR, brand protection in augmented reality, virtual reality, and the metaverse. So for those of you that are wondering, I'm reading some of the comments. This is live right now, but also everything is posted. There will be a full recording on this. And so feel free to hop off. But all right. So I think the most important thing right now is to think, what is augmented reality? What is virtual reality, and what is the metaverse? The metaverse was an upcoming topic that a lot of people knew about, but once Facebook changed its name to Meta, that really pushed it into the mainstream and got people thinking, okay, what is this term? What does it mean? What does it mean for us? So we use augmented reality. You guys have seen it. Maybe your children use augmented and virtual reality. So really high level examples. Augmented reality is, think like Pokemon Go. So where you are still in reality, but there's a certain layer that comes over that. So you could be walking down in New York City and you're playing Pokemon Go. You take your phone out and all of a sudden you see a Pokemon character because you're using your phone through that outlet. But there's nothing covering your eyes. It's no 360 experience. That's augmented reality. Then there's virtual reality, which is the Oculus goggles that Facebook has that completely cover your site, where you put your phone in front of you, or whatever technology that totally takes you to a different environment. So that's virtual reality. And then the metaverse is a concept that many people are working towards, right? This is the idea of having a layer of virtual reality and augmented reality over our physical world. So this is kind of like a crazy conceptual. It really is like very futuristic, but it's here. It's being developed. The metaverse is being developed, and I'm going to explain why the metaverse is going to be important for brands. But before I do, I want to say that I am not giving legal advice. This is solely just for a conversation. I'm definitely not an expert in AR and VR, but every single person and every lawyer needs to understand the basic concepts of these things in order to live, but also for lawyers really to advise your clients. This is something that we're actually seeing now. So very quickly, what Mark Zuckerberg and some other really forward-thinking leaders are trying to do is actually build out that huge virtual world that lives on top of our physical reality, where you can have office meetings. So instead of actually going into the office or doing a Zoom call, which I think is going to help with Zoom fatigue, you can actually go and sit with your colleagues in meeting rooms in an office, but it's all through virtual reality. So okay, let's get into some of the trademark issues and the branding issues. Just like anything, just like in the real world, brand issues are going to apply. So if you use someone else's trademarks in virtual reality without getting the proper clearances, that's going to be a problem. Same thing with copyrights. The copyright issue is a really interesting piece because now with people basically having avatars, right? So to enter virtual reality and participate, you're going to have your own character. And so there's going to be copyright in that character. Who owns that is something that'll probably be governed by the terms and of the platform, whatever software is being used. But you can't really infringe other people's copyrights. You can't infringe their trademarks. That's just the basic given. The same IP laws apply in this realm. It's just now, as lawyers and the courts are going to have to do this too. We're going to have to adapt those laws to meet the new technology. So, what does this mean for brands? One, yes, brands should be concerned about protecting their intellectual property in these platforms and in virtual reality. Most, I shouldn't say most, many brands already are doing this. If you have never heard of Roblox is a virtual reality platform that is used for gamers, but also they're doing so much more, right? So when you are entering to these games, you have your avatars. There's other people that they enter who are avatars, and it's not just for gaming. They literally just had a concert on Roblox. They did a virtual concert with 21 Pilots, which is one of my favorite bands. You'd buy tickets to access, and you could watch 21 Pilots play. So that entire concert had a separate agreement governing event terms, branding, copyright, rights of publicity for all of the band members. Also, the band sold merch on the platform. So it's just really interesting if you're hearing about this for the first time. But this is already happening. A lot of the younger kids use the gaming platforms, but also there's esports, which we're going to talk about, which is huge. But this is not just for young kids or for gaming. Gucci also partnered with Roblox, and they're licensing, really, in essence, their trademarks in virtual reality. And so how? There's various ways to do this, but I'm going to talk very high level and just give a couple examples. And the most important really is on avatars. So if any of you have children who have come up to you and said, Mom, Dad, I need money to get a new shirt for my avatar, then this is not new for you. But if you've never heard of this, you're probably like, wow, this is super interesting and a great way that people can make money. So as there's going to be more and more VR worlds, and with the future of the metaverse, everyone's going to have avatars. And so those avatars are going to be like people, probably, for the most part. And so those people have clothing, accessories. They're going to look a certain way. They're going to have their hair a certain way. And you can actually pay to have a branded t-shirt or a Gucci bag. This is all stuff that a lot of brands are already taking advantage of. Okay, so I want to show you guys. This is the first time I'm split screening. For those of you on Instagram, you're not going to see this, so I apologize. But for those of you who are on all the other channels, you're going to see this. So I'm split screening. Okay, so this is a trademark registration. This mark has been registered. It's Los Angeles LA Thieves. They're an esports team that this is them. If you guys have ever seen them, they are Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War team. So there's a lot of esports teams that have trademark registrations, but I thought this one was really cool to show everyone. The registration actually covers downloadable virtual goods. So it's a computer software that features character skins, articles of clothing, displays, banners. There's all this stuff that they're selling that is considered virtual goods, right? And then this registration also covers the actual in our physical reality the actual apparel that we physically wear, not our avatars. But this is totally covering the goods of the avatars that they're making money off of. Okay, and then Nike just recently filed, let's see when they filed. Yeah, October 20, just a couple days ago. They did the same thing. They're filing Nike for downloadable virtual goods. They're doing footwear, clothing, headwear, and they also have a claim to Class 35, which is the retail store services, which is going to be super interesting. Like, is Nike going to have their own retail store that you can download the virtual shoes, your virtual clothing to dress your avatar, and will it link and integrate with any other apps? I'm assuming that's how it's going to work because, yes, in essence, you can just buy virtual shoes. Like, think about NFTs right now. People are buying virtual art. You buy virtual anything. But I think that the primary purpose for this, and you guys let me know what you think, comment, is probably going to be it integrating with other platforms to make it super easy for people to buy directly from Nike and not just have to Nike have a deal with the company that runs the software for the VR. So it's a little technical, but like really high level. I think the main takeaway things, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, the main takeaways is that everyone needs to know what AR, VR are, and the difference, and how it's going to eventually become the metaverse, and how like we see these huge platforms like Google and Facebook, Microsoft. These big players are probably at some point going to build their own metaverses and it's going to be interesting to see how they're all going to link together. It's internet 2.0, it's coming, and so for everyone's purposes we need to understand them, but also particularly for trademark lawyers. I mean, this is huge. If you don't understand what virtual goods are and you're trying to advise a client, and you don't cover properly, the right descriptions, that's a problem. So for anyone who has questions, comment. This is being recorded, so feel free to comment below. Otherwise, that was it. I just wanted to hop on here, talk about AR, VR, and share some of my thoughts. All right. I hope everyone has an amazing rest of your day. And please click on the link below. Subscribe to my newsletter. I do a ton of events on high level legal topics. These aren't legal treatises. This isn't legal advice. They're just educational videos for everyone to engage in a discussion, for us all to understand what's going on and how intellectual property is intersecting with all of this new technology, not only to protect your rights, but also to figure out how to monetize and create wealth in this really incredible time. So with that, I'm going to go. Everyone, have a great rest of your day.